New Apple Watches are out and you might be trying to decide whether you should go with cellular or you should save the money. I'll be real, after using cellular for the past 3 years, I think it's going to be a waste of money for a lot of people. Not all apps work over cellular, and most people just want to have their phone on them all the time anyways. But there are some good reasons, I think, to get cellular. Make sure to stay to the end. The last reasons why my daughters are getting cellular Apple Watches. Now, if you'd like to learn some of the specific apps that work over cellular, I do have a video in the description along with some Apple tip videos. Now, this first reason to get an Apple Watch or cellular may not apply to you at all. That's okay. Turn off the video, run away. Nothing I say will matter after this. Actually, stay to the end because the last thing is a real good reason to get one. But the real reason to get an Apple Watch is to get some distance from this. I don't know about you guys, but I'll go to respond to a message, and then next thing you know, I'm in Twitter, and then I look something up, and then I've just fallen down the rabbit hole. Yes, there's the health and fitness and all that. That's great when you're utilizing them, but a big benefit of the Apple Watch is being able to just leave the phone in your pocket. You get a notification or alert, you look down, you see if it's something you need to address. Now, cellular builds on that even further. Not only do you get to keep it in your pocket, out of your hand, you can leave it in the house and still have the key tools that you really need from your phone, such as communication tools. The list of third-party services that use cellular is pretty limited. Here's a look at the different things that you can do with a cellular Apple Watch when you're away from the phone. There's some great uses in there, but then there's things like Audible that I would love to just be able to randomly grab a book I can't stream with. Now, if you don't have any intention of leaving your phone at home, then cellular is not going to do you much good. I mean, there's some uses. I'm going to talk about why you still may want to get it, but save the money. Go have a nice dinner instead. Buy yourself a set of AirPods. Click the super thanks button that's below the video and kick a little back for saving you some cash. Do what you want. Save the money. Now, if you're still watching and you would love to leave your phone behind, one of the biggest hurdles is giving up those communication tools. With cellular, you're able to still send and receive messages. You can make and receive phone calls. You can stay in touch, but set the phone aside. I love the idea of shutting off my phone completely, no way of getting a hold of me, and just taking some me time. But my wife travels, and sometimes I'm just here in town with the kids. In that case, I'm gonna feel like a complete if something happens to my daughters in their school or someone else tries to get a hold of me and I was out having some me time and I needed to completely shut off. I'm sorry, I'm on the clock, and like many others, shutting off communication is not an option. Now, there's folks that I've heard of that aren't allowed to carry their phones at work, or they're not able to pull out their phones, or it could cause them problems. Having cellular can bring a lot of peace of mind, especially if you have family members that depend on you, to be able to look down and see something happened at home, or you need to let the family know that you're delayed or what's going on. You can do a quick message or take a quick glimpse at your wrist. Now, I've heard some great examples of just having a cellular watch as a backup. For example, Blake, who edited this video, he was in the process of trying to shop for a condo. His phone died on him, he didn't have a charger with him, and they needed to put an offer out on a new place. Well, if you tried to buy a house in the past couple of years, you know how competitive the market is. Time is money, literally. You could lose a house instantly. He was able to use his Apple Watch, send a message over to the real estate agent, get his offer in. Blake owns that condo now, so I think cellular might have been worth it in that case. I recently read a comment from one reviewer who regretted not buying his wife cellular because she likes to leave the house without her phone. And family and friends have learned to contact him to get a hold of her, but she never leaves without her watch. Had he bought her a cellular watch, they wouldn't be contacting him anymore and she wouldn't have any excuses. I can understand what that guy's saying. When my wife leaves her phone lying around, the watch does come in handy. Now, the communication benefits are also great for kids who don't have a phone. You can use Family Setup to set up an Apple Watch with cellular on your phone for another family member. So in my house, I can set up the Apple Watches that are coming from my daughters under my phone, and now I can get a hold of them, they can get a hold of me, I can see where where they're at. There's a bunch of different settings you can set up for them, and we're going to go into family sharing in just a minute to go more into that. With the communication side, there is international roaming coming that will allow for streaming music, phone calls, messages, maps, a bunch of different stuff on there. Also, with cellular versions, you do get the emergency calling. When you have a Wi-Fi watch, it doesn't have the cellular module to make a phone call over cellular. So if you do have fall detection, any of those things go off and your phone is not connected, the watch itself can only call for help on Wi-Fi or cellular. I just picked up 2 Apple Watches SE to take advantage of this next feature, and that's family sharing. And with family sharing, it allows you to make calls to or from the watch. You can send messages. You can see the location. From my phone, for my daughter's watches, I could set up screen time limits. You can also set up Apple Pay so they can actually pay from their watch. We have new family sharing features coming up so that you're able to share home access. Family members, they'll be able to go into the home app and be able to turn on or off devices. In my house, my daughters will then be able to use a key to unlock the front door or be able to do it directly from their watch. I really should have jumped on this sooner because there's a peace of mind of my daughters having cellular, and that leads into one of the biggest reasons to get it is the safety side of things. I had a viewer tell me they were stuck somewhere and their phone died and they needed to call and get a ride, but the phone was dead, so they just used their watch and they were able to contact a friend and get a ride. That right there, I'm like, oh, I think about that. Those times when your phone dies. I'm like, my kids, no, if I don't want them to be stranded somewhere without a phone. So there's that side of things. I had a viewer share with me that they didn't feel safe enough on the bus at night coming home from work to pull out their phone. So they could just glance down at their watch. If they needed to, they could use their AirPods and make a call from the watch. The phone could stay in their pocket. And they still had all the communication safety tools without worrying about someone stealing their phone. There's incidences where people have gotten into accidents and their phone is damaged or out of reach and they're able to use their Apple Watch. Yes, if your phone's nearby and has cellular still connected, the watch will connect to the phone, which that is a lifesaver to have that option there. But to take it even farther, that if your phone was damaged or if you're having an emergency that you are away from a phone, you're going to want cellular. That is what really got me thinking more about cellular for my daughters. My oldest just got her first phone, but kids put their phones down or they forget to charge them or whatever the case is. And as a parent, you want to reach out to your kid on their phone. They don't answer. That immediately start to worry. Watch is on, you could get a hold of them, and at least if they don't answer their watch, you could see where they're at. The more I hear from people in the comments and their stories where the watch and the cellular brings peace of mind and has helped them when they needed it, I'm just more convinced now that I should have them for my daughters. So it's a small price to pay if it's just one more layer to look out for them. But my recommendations with cellular, I think if you have family members that you would like to help look out for, give them another way to communicate. Cellular's a great option. For me, I've used it half as much as I thought. I pictured leaving the phone home a lot, but it's been there when I've wanted it. It's been there for the times that I felt like leaving the phone in the car or I didn't have my phone with me because I forgot it. It was nice having cellular there. After having cellular after all these years and the more thought I put into it, putting this video together, it's a backup plan. It's an insurance policy I'm happy to pay because life's unpredictable. Sorry, I'm a protective dad of 2 daughters who has a tech channel. I'm gonna throw money and tech at this so it brings a little more peace of mind. It's scary having daughters. Now, do you use a cellular Apple Watch? If so, has it been worth it for you? Let us know in the comment section. Next, make sure to check out this Apple Watch tip video. I put some good stuff in there for you guys. It's the real good stuff. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Bye.